Hello everyone, this is HuskyStarcraft here, back some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm action. This time is going to be between CaptWaffles up in the top left side. While he may have an amazing name, he's going to be going up against his opponent, Rushy, who I don't really know anything about, but we'll see if he rushes this game. I don't know. But anyways, thank you guys for sending me high-level games to huskyreplays@gmail.com. I've been getting quite a few Grandmaster games lately. Thank you so much. And it's also doubly important because right now there are so many events going on. I mean, there's the MLG, the ESC, and the WCS coming up pretty soon. DreamHack just happened. Anyways, these players are traveling. DreamHack's about to happen. Yeah, DreamHack. Anyways, there's so many tournaments going on. It is a Lone Star Crash. It's so hard to keep track. Basically what that means is there's a lot of StarCraft live events, but not a lot of people playing Heart of the Swarm, and also not a lot of YouTube videos coming out recently. So, please keep sending me those replays, guys. You are the best. And of course, I believe this is on the newest version of, let me see, is there a structures tab? Yes, there is. So this is going to be on the newest patch, and you can see the little decals right here end up looking pretty darn cool. And there they are, you can see some of those. And it's kind of cool because you can kind of see how Blizzard can play with this a little bit. Number one, they could add decals that, you know, wrap around the entire command center, do whatever down here. These knives are actually looking pretty cool. But also, what they can do is have sponsor or team logos. Now, I don't know if they're going to end up doing this, but the suggestions you guys have been giving have actually been implemented into the game recently. So I definitely should say we shouldn't stop here. Because honestly, I think it's one of those things where at first, when StarCraft 2 is first coming out, the idea of putting sponsors in the game, people are kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of sell-outy, blah, blah, blah. But I think now people are realizing that in order for esports to explode like any other sport, you have to have a product placement. So I'm not going to go on a whole spiel about this, but just know, I mean, any other sport you watch, where it's the NFL, the hockey leagues, baseball leagues, all that, it is all product placement 24/7. That's where that money comes from to run these type of events. Now, we do have a minor bunker rush over here. It is spotted by the Overlord, which, interestingly enough, by Rushy, he did have an Overlord at his natural, which is uncommon, but at the same time is going to be able to spot this quite easily. He does have to use the drones here to combat this SCV. I think that the bunker might actually finish. Is this Marine going to make it all the way across the map, though, to actually secure himself inside this bunker? I highly doubt it. And honestly, these drones could actually just go back to work here, as a couple of Zerglings will be able to be made here. Yep, 4 Lings on the way. The bunker has taken quite a bit of damage, and it does look like right now CaptWaffles is going to be moving out here. And I think here, if I do, is it right here? Can I go to, yeah, it's set to busy. So unfortunately, you can't block out clan chat, so I do have a clan now. I think it's already maxed out. I think we already got the 50 members almost immediately, but it does look like the drones will take out the bunker. The Marine's like, hey, my new house, what are you hooligans doing? Does manage to get the salvage off, though. Gets 75 minerals of that back in the bank, and it does look like the drone canceling there as well. I think he was just trying to save that drone from the Marine. So a little bit of an early skirmish here, but no big losses for either player. You can see, yeah, that the Terran player did end up losing a little bit here, but guess what? CaptWaffles was able to go ahead and secure his own expansion on the back of this, so he should be in okay shape. Does have the bunker placed here, and again, here's the unbuildable rocks. We were talking about this in the last cast, although I think on the other one it was unbuildable terrain or something. But anyways, this is unbuildable rocks, so you do have to kill this off. For those of you wondering, just to clarify, this is to prevent things like pylon walls, bunker walls at the bottom of the ramp, which can end up just making the game completely one-sided, not fun to watch. And, you know, it's one of those things where in Brood War it wasn't that big of a problem just because of how the buildings were shaped, how the terrain was shaped. But in StarCraft 2, it's a lot more crisp. You have a lot more freedom on where you're going to be putting things like depots and pylons. And so they have to add this in here to make sure that you do not wall in that ramp. So it does look like right now the SCV is going to be mining at the expansion as the orbital right here going to be upgraded. And what exactly is going to be following it up with? We do have a factory on the way, and it does look like the, oh, he is going to go for reactor here, so it could be for double Hellion. And it also, oh, unbuildable rocks getting taken out by the spine crawler. Not quite sure what the point of that is. Maybe to help as much pathing as possible. As Zerg, you want to be able to move everywhere you can. And other than that, he knows that it's basically impossible for the Hellions, if it is indeed going to be Hellions, to get there that quickly. So So he is completely safe to go ahead and poke away those rocks. He does manage to do that. Queen's working on the destructible rocks over here. And is the Spineclaw going to do the same, or does he want to print those Hellions? Looks like he decides to go for the Hellions instead. Not that bad of a choice, I would say, as the factory going to be swapping out right now. Exactly what is it going to be? I would assume Hellions, but could also be Widow Mines. Widow Mines are always a pretty fun unit to get. You can see he can make 2 at a time, but this time it is going to be Hellions. And remember that Widow Mines are not that great versus Zerg in the early stages of the game, simply because, I mean, 1 or 2 Zerglings are going to absorb the damage. Then you can get Overseers quite easily off Lair Tech, which we have Lair Tech on 2 bases already. So the Widow Mine, not the best choice here, unless he manages to get a lucky hit. But honestly, to be the best at StarCraft 2, you can't just rely on pure luck. You have to rely on some pretty safe builds. You have to rely on some pretty smart decision making. And I think going for the Hellions is just that. It's basically the smart choice to do. Now remember, on this map, Akilon wastes. You can destroy these rocks to get early and easy access to this 3rd base, but more importantly, you can also destroy this rock tower here to collapse. It'll be a 2,000 HP basically pile of rocks that you know, will wall that up, so it makes it very easy for any race to get an early 3rd base. That's why these Marines are working on it super early. That's why these Queens have begun to work on this right now. And we do have, I believe, 4 Queens, or is it 5? You have 4 Queens in the game. Surprised to see one not injecting larva right away, especially because there's so many Zerglings on the field here, but he definitely wants to get that expansion as quickly as possible. Could even send the drone early, and he does. Is the Hellion anti-timing going to be good enough? Looks like they're a couple seconds too late to intercept that drone, a couple of seconds too late to delay this base. Down it goes right there, but it does look like the Queen got to try and move out over here to put down some creep tumors. Has to be careful of these Hellions, though, because they can't focus these down, and 4 Hellions, not enough to fight 4 Queens, that is for sure. Do we have more Queens on the way, or is he just delaying those inject larvas? Looks like he manages to get those inject larvas rolling, but instead wants to rely on crazy creep spread. And seriously, it is worth saying it in that inflection. They're crazy creep spread. This is going to be a lot of creep tumors. So far, only 3 have actually been planted down. We'll see if these Queens decide to poop a little bit more. And yes, they do. So they're going to be pooping all day, every day. A super early 3rd here, actually, for CaptWaffles. So, well, this is good economically for him. He's going to have to watch out for the creep spread. It'll literally push all the way out to his base in the next couple of minutes if he's not careful. That's why using the Banshee, that's why using his Hellions. Very important here to clean this up. Can he get the other creep tumor? Yes, he can. Might end up losing the Banshee, though, if he's not careful. Is going to go ahead and back that out at the last second. Even with 4 Queens pushing the creep spread back this much has been very painful, a very slow process for these Queens to get this creep spread rolling once again. And I mean, at this point, if he didn't stop the Queens, the creep would have been up to about here already. So that is a nice little delay there. We do see the Banshee are going to continue to harass, and these destructible rocks might actually slow down the Queens and getting down here. Running every which way with these Queens. Might actually have to make more Queens here, as Rushy having to use the Queens to defend, but at the same time, he is not going to be inject larvaing as much as he would like. Now, he does put a creep tumor right here to start connecting these bases. That does mean the Queens can swing in and out as much as they would like, and Hellions continuing to clean up creep here. It looks like CaptWaffles not giving our Zerg player a break whatsoever. If there was a creep tumors killed tab, I think it would definitely even out the amount of resources he has lost, although it does end up losing both those Hellions right now. So while the unit's loss is favoring Rushy here, I think that CaptWaffles has delayed the inject larvas, has delayed the creep tumors by quite a bit, and is going to continue to try and do so. It does look like Blink, though, getting a nice surround here, and you can see Zergling's going to be sliding every which way. And remember, they did add a bunch of new physics into StarCraft 2. We haven't seen it used that much, but definitely keep an eye out for it. Just like I think that death animation was new, a lot of them are new, and the physics are amazing. So definitely keep an eye on those little death animations, because it's pretty freaking sweet to see those. I know that they gave Hydralisk new death animations, Ravens have a new death animation, Ultralisks as well. So a lot of fun there as far as the spectator standpoint goes. Those Hellions do get taken out. Of Banshee up here, taking out the 4 creep tumors. He did actually get cloaked, which I did not realize he did. He does have a second Banshee as well. Not quite sure where that Banshee is at. We'll find it in just a second, but down it goes. And if we go to the units tab, we can find where that Banshee is. There it is. Just going to be finishing outside the main base. Going to be flying it through to try and delay this creep tumor spread, which I cannot believe the amount of creep tumor spread we're seeing. And you know what? I was wondering exactly what Rushy's doing. You know what he's doing is going for a lot of swarm hosts here, which could prove to be very, very effective versus this kind of weird mech play we're seeing. Although double Thor at the 12/13 minute mark, that's actually absurd. 2 more Thors on the way. We have Blue Flame upgrade on the way 1-1 is already done for these meching units. So definitely CaptWaffles wants to try and win with mech. Now, how does that shape up versus Swarm Host? I actually have no idea. Have not seen Swarm Host utilize that often, but it does look like the Swarm Host going to be revealing themselves. Does he have Enduring Locust? I would imagine so if he has this many, yep. No, he doesn't have Enduring Locust. Did he get Pathogen Glands? I'm so confused here as to exactly what he's doing. I think he actually got the wrong upgrade, which hopefully he realizes that. That could actually be huge, but 19 drones on the way right now, and it does look like that is going to help the economy heavily of Rushy. I mean, he's getting this 4th base up, so if he can get those 19 drones up there safely, which right now the answer is no, he cannot, because these Hellions are here to intercept. Thankfully for him, the drone, oh no, the drones are going up there. They got to turn around, head back home. That is the wrong side of town, man. You do not want to go over there. Does decide to go ahead and throw down a bunch of spine callers. Has got to be careful with these drones. Turns them around once again, and it does look like the old bait and switch managed to work. He shows a couple of drones and then baits them into the queens. I don't think these Hellions are going to be able to kill off this hatchery. Plus, most of the drones will escape safely. But where are the actual units? There's a couple of the Locusts here going to be able to intercept. Spine Crawlers on the way. A couple drones will get taken out. Not a major loss here. We do finally have Enduring Locusts on the way. I was a little bit worried that this whole game was going to be Masters level or higher, and he doesn't get Enduring Locusts. However, we've seen some of the best players in the world forget combat shields. We've seen some of the best players in the world forget siege mode. Other very important upgrades, Blink, for example. So anyways, thankfully we are not going to be witnessing that right now. We do have 3 bases for our Terran player, CaptWaffles, and we only are just now getting 4 bases for Rushy. Now, if you're looking at Rushy's supply and you're like, what the hell is he doing? Honestly, I think he's just saving up for more and more Swarm Hosts. He's not supply blocked, but he's making Overlords to be safe. He's got the Greater Spire on the way. He's got lots of upgrades on the way, and because of that, his supply is going to be suffering here. Because, you know, I think he's playing the way that a lot of players have been trying to figure out for Zerg, which is don't necessarily get maxed out as quickly as you can. Wait until you see what your opponent's max army is, and then make the absolute best counter to that army, so you have a lot of supply to play with. You're not stuck with, you know, 50 roaches that you can't do anything with. So I think that's kind of what he's doing here. He's getting lots of upgrades, getting lots of tech options, and then waiting to see exactly what his opponent is throwing at him. Now, right now, we know that it is indeed Gold is here. Got to be moving out with the Hellions, and they do clean up those creep tumors. But right now, looks like the expansion over here under fire from the Banshee. Only 3 kills there, though. The drone's getting back to work right quick. Take a look at the unit tab here. We do have 78 drones to 80, no, now 91 SCVs. That is about as many SCVs as a Terran player will ever need. Actually, I think getting any more SCVs would be absolute overkill, especially since he's going for a mech style. You can see his army supply, while it is above his opponent's, his opponent has still got a lot of supply to play with, so he's got to be careful here. And the fact that he's almost maxed out with this many SCVs is actually going to end up costing him almost 100 SCVs. That is absurd. He needs to sacrifice some of these at some point, or at least transfer them down to that expansion. But so you can see his worker saturation is really good. 32 out of 24, definitely not the best saturation there. 21 out of 24, that's a little bit better. Keep in mind that they just recently added this into the game where you can see how many workers you're supposed to have. And he does realize, hey, I got to transfer some of these guys on down, so helping him, I'm sure he was going to do that anyways, but definitely helping him get as much of an economic edge as he possibly can, because right now, this is actually kind of interesting because the players have almost seemingly switched roles. And what I mean by that is that the Terran player is going for a lot of workers and a lot of expansions, while the Zerg player is going for a much smaller army that takes a lot of minerals and a lot of gas. And we do see the Swarm Host numbers are getting basically terrifyingly high. 23 Swarm Hosts in this game now, and opting to do that instead of the Infestors that we're used to seeing Zerg players go. Now we do have durable materials and Seeker Missile. Basically, these are both upgrades for the Ravens to make their stuff last longer, as well as the ability to use Seeker Missile. Although the Swarm Host getting some free kills on these Thors. The reason I say free, of course, is because these Locusts cost nothing once you have the Swarm Host made, but if he doesn't do a lot of damage with this, then these Swarm Hosts are very undefended. Now we do have one Banshee up here with Cloak. Finally, some Infestors are now out. Remember, Fungal Growth does reveal Cloaked units. That's why you're able to use them to spot that Banshee and take it out very quickly. A super early, what is this, 5th base out of CaptWaffles? Absolutely absurd. Now you gotta remember, CaptWaffles has lost a lot more stuff. He's lost 7,000 resources to less than 2,000 by comparison, but at the same time, his income is absurd here. He's at 2,500 minerals per minute. I don't even know if that's including any mules right now. No, it is not. So he's got a lot of energy on these command centers. He can dump into mules at any time. And actually, it would be kind of cool if he dumped them down here. It does look like a Thor drop over here. Not something you see very often. 17 kills and 15 kills on these two Thors. They are going to be the MVP of this game, although I think a lot of those may be the Locusts, so they're kind of padding that kill score just a little bit. He's going to go straight for the hatchery. They're definitely the MVP, though, if they can kill off this hatchery. I mean, these guys are as good as dead because their dropships have died. Oh, who's the lucky Thor? It's going to be you. Can he get out of here safely? Looks like one here is going to be left for dead. There is going to be a Hellion counterattack over here as well, trying to do multitasking here to even out that unit's loss tab, but he is definitely ahead in the macro as he has so many expansions right now. The Hellions over here are going to be harassing, doing quite a bit of damage. Battle Hellion mode activated to take out some of these drones, but of course that does mean they can run away quite safely. But the Hellbat, I always actually call him the Battle Hellion because that just rolls off the tongue a lot easier. No, our hero Thor, 18 kills, 19 at the last shot there. And the Battle Hellion right here trying to clean these up. I call them Battle Hellion just because it's so much easier to say. They are technically Hellbats though, so sorry for the confusion. That's very unprofessional of me. But we do have 3-3 on the way. We also have Ground Carapace level 3. We have a Flyer Attack level 2. Did my mouth just make a fart noise? My God, what am I, 4 years old? We do have a lot of Ravens on the field now. And we also have the Swarm Host trying to send these Locusts all the way across. I think they're moving a little bit too slow. And honestly, the creep spread, while it started off great, is going to end up costing him a lot here because right now, without the creep spread, these Locusts can't make it. If he had creep all the way, he would be able to take out this expansion, would be able to engage this army directly with all of his free units, but without the creep, he is unable to do that. That shows you just how important creep actually is in this game. Now, fortunately for him, I don't think he realized that there's an army on the left side over here, so he's not going to send those in the correct direction. But we'll see if these guys intercept anything useful. They have a very small sight range, and they will. They're going to get some more free kills here. Everything that dies for Terran is free kills for Zerg. And with more units on the way, Broodlords are now out as well. It's going to be very tough for CaptWaffles. I don't actually know what you do in this situation where there's enough anti-air to make it so you can't kill the Broodlords. Also, you can't get the Banshees. Oh, Seeker Missiles, that's a good start, because the Swarm Host can't get away, but absolutely crushing through this army. Units lost here more than double now for our Terran player, but the Ravens have retained, at least for a little bit. Point defense drone going to be going out, but at the same time, it's going to get taken down by those ground units. And we have the medevac over here. She's just like, you know what, just leave me here. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm very low on HP, but right now this expansion, very vulnerable. This is going to get killed, I think, in just one volley of these, but he did lose quite a few Swarm Hosts. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm doing my best to keep an eye on the minimap. Ah, the medevac is going to be doing another Thor drop here. Absolutely hilarious play here by CaptWaffles, seeing if he can make it work. Can he kill off this planetary, though, for basically free? I think so far the answer is yes. Circling counterattack down here, but look at the defensive positioning of CaptWaffles, realizing, hey, I've got a lot of money. Why not invest it in basically unlimited command centers? Oh my God, this is for once I can use the what's the upgrade tab. You can see everything they have here. What is the structures? I gotta memorize this. T. And oh my God, you can finally see 9 orbitals and 4 command centers with a million add-ons all over in this production tab. But either way, has got a lot of the potential to drop just a crazy amount of mules. He's also got the planetaries mixed in there, which I didn't mention. So this is what happens as Terran once you get that far ahead as far as the economy is concerned. We do have 22 kills on this Thor. How ridiculous is that? A couple SCVs. This guy's the only one to make it, although he does have one friend now. SCV love song right here, baby. Don't you worry about me. I won't let you be alone. I need to write songs about Thors because they're freaking awesome. Gotta kill more queens here. Up to 23 kills. Maybe he's the new MVP, although he may actually get taken out here. No, he's gotta kill another queen. Up to 25 kills on that bad boy, but at the same time, the Locust's gotta be working on these rocks. Actually, they're going to be taking a break here. No, it got taken out by the last queen on the low ground. Well played, queen, which somehow has 3 kills. The SCVs, they're behind enemy lines, and they are absolutely terrified here. But we do have those rocks busted down now, and I don't really know what our Terran player can do. He has to deal with those Swarm Hosts. He might actually be able to do it right now. Can he get the Vikings to kill the Broodlords? It looks like yes. There are the Infestors here, though. Do manage to grab those Ravens with a lot of fungals. Infested Terrans coming out where the Siege Tank's nowhere in sight. And they could take out the Ravens with point defense drone here. Going to be absorbing a lot of the shots, but they can only do it for a matter of seconds because there are so many Locusts here. Yes, point defense drone can stop it, but guess what? They are all out of energy now. As, oh, the Seeker Missile's going to be doing massive damage. Still doing that splash damage. Still able to one-shot some of these Swarm Hosts, but the Swarm Hosts do remain. Both players, this is just a non-stop slugfest to the face. Trying to see exactly who can basically come out ahead in this battle. And I honestly have no idea. So far, it looks like Zerg, but at the same time, still 2 SCVs behind enemy lines in a world where Zerg and Terran splash endlessly in a constant struggle for supremacy. 2 SCVs and their power drills are against all odds. Alright, sorry, this is a stupid movie idea. But anyways, it does look like the Swarm Host is going to be continuing to send those locusts upwards. And we do see a lot of these Swarm Hosts getting taken out. They are spread out, though, which is a very nice play. Lots of Broodlords on the way. He's got to be careful not to lose these because he needs anti-air for the upcoming Banshees. But using these weakened ones is very smart because they're super low on HP. They will pop out with full HP. We do finally see some Widow Mines coming into play. I think that's a nice choice here. Helps do a lot of splash damage to those locusts. But there's the scan revealing that there's not a whole lot of anti-air here. There is a lot of money for our Zerg player, and he has actually 3/3 air upgrades on the way. And the Locust trying to take down the Planetary. That is not going to happen. Apparently the Planetary is the way to go. This medevac has flown so many Thors to their death. She probably is going to be pretty stressed out about it. But the Banshees are now here. Has got to clean these up with the Fungals. Does he have enough energy? So far the answer is yes, but no. No more energy from Fungals here. The Banshee's going to go unchecked, although they are low on energy, so their fun ride is going to be over here pretty darn soon. At the same time, though, Broodlords are here. Where's the anti-air for both players? Looks like the corruptor count down to a single one, and there's still about, 7 Vikings. It does look like he is going to go for it right now, but the Banshees, oh no, he's missing one single unit like I was saying, you need to have the absolute perfect unit composition, but Rushy for the first time might actually be behind here. As look at the amount of damage he's taking right now. CaptWaffles doing everything he can. His control has been absolutely impeccable, trying to take out the Swarm Host. The one infestor here has only got enough energy for one infested Terran, and it does look like CaptWaffles will somehow hang on. Again, I feel like they have switched roles as the Terran player going for huge macro. Rushy going for a timing attack to try and end the game. And unfortunately, these Banshees, now maybe they're the MVPs in this game. I just feel like this has been an absolutely bonkers game so far. Double Planetary on the left side, no base up on the north for CaptWaffles, at least at this stage. So we will see how this pans out. I mean, take a look at the units lost tab. You see more loss for Terran. Take a look at the income. You see more income for Zerg. Taking a look at the supplies, though, you do see a huge supply advantage for CaptWaffles, a huge army supply advantage as well, and a couple of Fungals are not going to be enough to take this out. You are going to need those Broodlords. Multi-prong attacks here from CaptWaffles. He is trying to claw his way every which way back into this game. Can he take out both bases? That would be huge. Zerglings coming on in, can't kill any of the Thors with their 3/3, manages to actually snipe one there at the last second. The Corruptors getting a bad angle, will be able to, no! The point defense drone here going to be barely enough to hang on, and all of a sudden the Corruptor count is dwindling, the Thor count is rising, but we do have 8 more Corruptors on the way. Is he going to mix in Roaches? How does he deal with these Thors? Managing to take out some with these Locusts, but I mean, as it is with Fuels, they're just going to run out of time trying to chase that down. And we do see the Locust here trying to come up here to save the hatchery. The auto turret here taking out the drones. I don't think this hatchery is going to be saved. The one down at the bottom, though, has been saved. But at what cost? I mean, taking a look at the amount of workers killed, 30 to 48. Actually, not that many considering how long this game has been. 31 minutes so far. Non-stop slugfest. Another attack on the left side. Are you guys going to give me a break to catch my breath or what? These guys are both macroing very, very well. Our Zerg player definitely needs to decide where he wants to commit. Is he going to be Roaches? Is he going to be Broodlords? I don't know, but he's got to decide. And he's got to decide pretty darn soon. Banshee's even killing off Larva, which may not seem like a big deal, but at this point, our Zerg player needs every single Larva he can get. He might also lose his expansion down here. The Hellbat's going to be going to town on the Spine Crawler, but really, one does not simply go to town on a Spine Crawler if you're a Hellbat. Going to be able to clean that up quite easily. And the Locust got to come on through as well, clean up everything that remains. Zerglings cleaning off the siege tanks as well. But we still have the Banshees up here, have managed to kill every single larva, which is kind of the most one-sided battle ever. But either way, 21 kills and 17 kills, plus the Spine Crawler, plus another drone going to be going down as well. What an absolutely crazy game so far. The Corruptor is finally flying in here, and with no point defense drone coverage, is got to be able to take out a lot of those Vikings. But at the same time, we still got a lot of tanks. We still have a lot of siege capability, as well as the Thors here to protect them. The Broodlords trying to do the damage, but one Broodlord versus 4 Thors actually favors the Thors, believe it or not. And it does look like the Locust, though, still taking out siege tanks. The tanks aren't really that big of a deal. It's those Thors, and the fact that he just lost his hatchery with no ability to expand up here as well. Almost 40 kills. Actually over 40 kills on those 2 units up there. But Locust got to push this back and keep both players in the game. My God, I almost feel like I have to pause this game. Absolutely epic back and forth battle. I still have no idea who's going to win this. However, Our Zerg player is not having a lot of income. Oh, no, he is. Where is he getting income from? It looks like this base down here and the one up here is just enough to keep him ahead in the income tab, but that's not going to last for long. He's going to have to start expanding once again. Does kill off another Thor with these locusts. And that is just so ridiculous. All right, I think this is the first break I get in quite some time. The point defense drone is actually acting as a scout here, which is kind of silly. I don't think I've ever said that in a cast. Is able to spot the hatchery right now. And we do have more locusts coming up here. Can he get a Thor? Not quite yet. The point defense drone actually extremely effective. How did that fungal not hit anything? I don't know how that didn't hit anything, but either way, the fungal a complete blunder. But at the same time, the Zergling counterattack is not. Cleans up all the Zerglings, but at the same time, these Banshees are still alive. 26 kills, 24 kills. Transfuses there to save it. It looks like they're finally going to get taken out. But my God, did they serve their purpose. Looks like the Command Center are going to get taken out as well. Well, it is forced to lift off at least. And it is in the red, so time is of the essence if he wants to save that. And the Locust marching on through, doing more and more and more damage here. But at the same time, CaptWaffles has spent a lot more money, which means he's got a lot more money. He is ahead of the income tab right now. And as I was saying, that income advantage is going to dry up into any moment here. And these mineral patches are disappearing mighty quick. So he has got to get the double expand up at all costs. While he is ahead right now, I don't know how long that's going to last. He's kind of looking into the future. You can see that it's going to be difficult for him to secure an expansion. 3 more Banshees as the government of CaptWaffles decided Banshees are a good investment. They have allotted some more funds to the Banshee creation and gonna go ahead and take that out. These Zerglings, though, were a great investment. I will tell you what, how many kills have you guys got? 1 kill on you, 0 and 4. This Zergling getting more kills than almost any Zergling ever. Don't know if they're going to be able to kill off that refinery or not, but either way, more Corruptors are now out. The supply finally starting to favor CaptWaffles, but at the same time, he's forced to build non-stop Hellions because look at his minerals. That's all he's got. He doesn't have any gas whatsoever, and so he's going to be making a lot of Hellions here, 11 at a time, and that means his army supply may be a little bit misleading, but it is 143 to 90 right now. Worker supply only at 22, but at the same time, he does have a lot of mules should he decide to go ahead and drop those. Locust continuing to do lots of free damage down here. The Swarm Hosts are now completely defended by these by the Broodlords. We don't need to see too many Broodlords. I think that it is going to be a lot of Corruptors are kind of the way to go here, and he is going to be marching forward with the Locust. Can he do anything with these Locusts right now? The Broodlord's in position, does take out a turret every little bit. It is going to be helping out right now, and he does get a Thor here. Gets a tank there. I think a missile turret as well kind of mixed in, so he's doing everything he can, but here comes a sweep around on the right side. Gets a flank attack. Does the attack from both directions at once? Yes, he does. Like I said before, these players have seemingly switched roles. The Terran player getting a huge surround here, but is it going to be enough? The point defense drone's proving to be invaluable right now. The Corruptor's finally going to be able to take those out, but it may have been too little too late as the Swarm Host now completely undefended, but more Locusts spawning just in time. Can he take out all the Swarm Hosts? I think there's only 1 Swarm Host remaining, and my God, if that Swarm Host has been in this game the entire time, he definitely deserves the term Ravager. I think he's one of the only Swarm Hosts, if not the only Swarm Host. He is the last remaining Swarm Host. He is going to be the MVP now. There's so many MVPs. Who's the MVP of the MVP? It'd be the MVP, the most valuable player. And those Corruptors, though, going to be moving on in. And a supply advantage right now for our Zerg player. Still raking in even another kill. The Swarm Host, man. He has seen days. He's seen better days, as he used to have a bunch of friends, but now they're all dead. But I gotta say, Rushy making the common noob mistake of not making 45 Infestors at a time to auto-win a game. You guys like that imbalance joke I just made, but it does look like the Broodlord's got to be moving forward here, and might actually be able to take out one of the only remaining bases. We do have a Zergling up here, just going to town. 2 kills there. Hellions taking out this base over here. That Zergling finally getting cleaned up. Definitely a little bit of a one-sided battle there, but the planetary goes down. More importantly, though, he wants to kill this planetary right here, and also the command center. Impossible. I don't know if that is going to be possible, though. There's the scan. The Banshees continuing to harass. These Banshees don't have nearly as many kills as the previous ones, and they may never reach that amount just because there is Overseers there to spot it. But the Broodlords going to town on this planetary. The Orbital's like, see you later, fat kid, as he runs away. And unfortunately, planetaries are indeed so fat they cannot fly anymore. And your planetary is so fat it can't fly. It does look like the hatchery might actually get taken out, and it does look like right now the hatchery dangerously low on HP, might actually get killed off by Hellions, and it does. You almost never see that in a game just because Hellions do basically no damage. We're taking a look at the production tab right now. We do see more Swarm Hosts on the way. I think he felt a little bit bad that his Swarm Host didn't have any friends, but guess what? We could still see 8 to 12 Hellions being produced at a time because he has the amount of money to do it. But are Hellions what he really needs? Which right now he says, yes, Husky, it's what I need, and I'm just going to stick to it because that's all I can afford right now. Definitely needs to land a base here, though, to get his gas going. Is he not mining gas anywhere that he could be? Needs 2 SCVs in both those geysers because he is just suffering right now. But either way, what an epic game this has been. Overall, the APMs of both these players being consistently high throughout the entire game. The Corruptors, though, are there enough? Oh, the Seeker Missiles! That might actually win him the battle. It might win him the game. The clutch Seeker Missiles there taking out the Corruptors. The Broodlords getting taken down by the Vikings. I think that's going to be it. I don't think he has anything else. It all came down to the last Seeker Missiles, and it is GG. What an absolutely epic game. I got to go back to just the last couple of seconds here because I think he could have actually made that work. So his Corruptor count is so freaking high, man. He's got 12 Corruptors, 7 now. Yes, 7 Swarm Hosts. The supply is heavily favoring Zerg as far as income, but army supply definitely favoring Waffles. But at the same time, that is for those Battle Hellions. I want to pause it right here. All right, let's take a look at the numbers game here. We had 12 Corruptors versus 14 Vikings. That's actually going to favor the Corruptors as long as point defense drone is dealt with. And look at this, 3-3 to 0-0 on these air units. So if these counteract these and the Corruptors counteract the Ravens, all you have left is 36 Hellions, a Thor, and 2 Banshees. So literally, I think that Seeker Missile is what ended up winning him the game because watch the Corruptor count. It goes from 12 down to nothing, and boom, boom. You can see right there from 12 to 0 immediately, and that is what I love about StarCraft 2, is that one misclick can end up costing you the game, even though it was a 41-minute plus game. At the same time, though, he would have lost the Broodlords. I think he still actually had enough Swarm Hosts to kill out these Hellions. It was definitely going to be pretty close, but either way, what an absolutely awesome, awesome game. I don't think he had, well, he still had some income. Didn't have that much money, so I don't know if he could have done anything to end out this game. But either way, my God, that's a lot of resources lost. Over 100,000 resources lost in this game. Absolutely awesome game. Thank you guys so much for walking. Thank you guys for walking here to attend this cast with me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. All of that stuff is amazing. You guys are the best. And of course, hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll see you guys next time.